Hi, my name is Muller. I'm the founder and CTO of DynamicOps, and I want to talk a little bit to you today about what you do on a daily basis. You're being asked every day to create resources. You're then having to manage those resources, to do this properly, and then you're tracking those resources, and you're simply reporting on those resources. So, you're creating a virtual machine, you're maybe right-sizing that virtual machine, you're updating your CMDB, and maybe doing chargeback reports. What you'll find, of course, is you've got a set of tools that maybe something like Virtual Center that allows you to create and manage those tools. You probably have a number of provisioning tools that allow you to provision OSs, etc. Maybe some other management tools that does whatever, right? You have a variety of things in your environment. Same with the tracking. You probably have 101 CMDBs, depending on the complexity of your organization. And then a whole bunch of people are asking you to report, whether it's chargeback reports, or if you're in a heavily regulated industry, the regulators are asking for all kinds of information as well. And then your CIO comes along and says, hey, I really want to provide cloud. I want end users in our organization to self-service. I want to be the Amazon. I want that internally. Make that work for me. And so what you suddenly find is you're having to tie all of these resources together. You have to bring automation to bear. The way you create, manage, track, and report now has to hook in all these places, and you have to do this on a very automated daily basis. But of course, there's the one element missing, which is that self-service and organizational piece. What do I mean by that? So every organization is very complex. You have different departments. Maybe you're a really large company and you're spread over multiple geographic locations. And you know this. The way you create resources in each of those geographies is very different. Whether it's something as simple as the keyboard settings for a virtual machine, or it's regulatory control about how data is presented. It could also be simple things such as development versus production. The way you create a development machine and the life cycle of that machine is very, very different than a production machine. The VDI. The way, in one organization, the way you construct a virtual machine for the VDI project is very different than, say, production servers. So here at DynamicOps, we call that imprinting your business on the cloud. We understand that the organization is complex, and the rule sets and the life cycles and the policies are very different depending on the users in your organization and where they fit and how they apply to the this life cycle in the data center. Of course, when you're reporting, you want to give chargeback reports directly related to a group of users or individual user. How much did this user consume over the last few days? Or how much does that department owe your central IT? The same with the tracking. It's really important. Perhaps you have multiple business units that cannot live on the same cluster. It's really important that you track that and know that they don't belong together because of the regulatory control, etc. When you want to manage these resources, the SLA attached to that user, whether if it's a trader, is very different than, say, a back office worker, and so on. So here I challenge you, go to your vendor, ask them, do they allow you to imprint your business on your cloud? Thank you very much.